It's a new year, L'Oreal.
It sure is.
And it's the Undressing Room Podcast presented by Macy's. We're back. Happy 2022, gorgeous.
Happy 2022 to you as well. And I see your year is kicking off amazing.
Yes, baby. It's been an amazing year. And I just must say, it's only been a week and there's a lot already going on. You know we got to get on into it now. You know, I don't want to start off crazy, but we have to talk about Tristan Thompson.
Start off crazy. Go crazy.
Lord have mercy. This man does not fail. He has gotten another woman pregnant, has another baby, and we definitely have to dive into that. And then my girl, NeNe, word on the curb is she's dating 4 months after the passing of her amazing husband, Greg. Now, that's the word on the curb, so we're going to unpack it. There's allegations. Also, Black Twitter is out here mad. Show alum and Gen Z continue to call out my girl, Tyra Banks from America's Next Top Model. And we need to talk about that because they can't leave my Tyra alone.
I got to hear what you got to say about this.
Baby, I want to hear what Scottie Pippen got to say about his ex, Larsa. Now, Larsa's questionable dating choices, Scottie has something to say about that.
Yeah, I got something to say about it too. But first, we're going to also talk about a model who was uninvited as a guest because she looked too good in her bridesmaid dress. I think you can relate to that, Eva, because you was looking good in a bridesmaid dress not too long ago. We'll talk about all that, as well as my DMs, because you know it always goes down in there.
Oh, I need all of your New Year's weekends. I'm getting undressed already, baby.
It's a damn mess. But listen, we also have a final question to undress, and you know it always gets crazy, but this time, this happened. How did it happen to me twice? And the second time, I didn't even find out until the baby was like 3. So make sure you listen to hear how we undress all this mess on the Undressing Room Podcast, brought to you by Macy.
Now, speaking of Macy's, I have to say, whether it is soaking up more sun, getting in more steps, or just looking good doing it, Macy's has absolutely everything you need to crush those 2022 health goals. You know, we got our little resolutions going on.
That's
so
right.
Do yourself a favor. Go on over, slide on over, and visit Macy's.com for your active gear, because I know you want to work out.
That's right.
Sneakers, get your Fitbit, get your workout equipment, all that to make the setting and stick to your intentions, making that very easy for you. So since the new year is all about making time for yourself, you can avoid wasting, and we don't have time to waste, right, Lo?
No time to waste. Who wants to waste time?
Not at all. So don't even waste a moment. Do what L'Ore'l does, because she likes to stay at home, so she orders online. Just go ahead online, or you can go in store, or you can go curbside. You can get same day delivery. It's powered by DoorDash. So just go ahead and take over 2022 at Macy's.com.
I've been on Macy's.com pretty much the whole break. So my pockets is a little broke. So I'm back at work. So we're back to work just like everybody else. But Tristan Thompson is back to his old tricks, and it never fails. We knew he was going to be messy with this one, but we all heard those rumors that Tristan had yet again cheated on Khloe Kardashian, and they were saying he had a baby on the way. Now, they were trying to hurry up and do damage control, talking about the two of them wasn't together, but that's not true, because I remember when he put the whole apology out, and it was on his birthday. Well, Tristan claimed that the only possible date of conception for the child is March 13th, and she said, no. We conceived in April. Now, recently, they did a paternity test, and it revealed that he is the father of Meryl Lee Nicholas's child. Now,
Did you see Meryl Lee? Meryl Lee is beautiful.
She is pretty. Jesus. She is another white girl, if I'm not mistaken. Is she another white girl from Texas, though? She homegrown.
And she a trainer, so that body is like
her body is like, was she training him, or was she just training him in the bedroom?
Well, whatever she trained, she got payment until the baby's 18.
And which was crazy, because he went on social media initially and was telling her, you're never going to get a dime out of this. Or she went to social media and leaked messages where he said, you're never going to get a dime out of this, that, and the third. Well, now his story is changing, and he took to social media. I know the courts made him do this, y'all. He said, today's paternity test results revealed that I fathered a child with
Meryl Lee. You are the father.
Yes. Yes, they made him say this. I take full responsibility for my actions. Now that paternity has been established, I look forward to amicably raising our son, and I sincerely apologize to everyone I hurt or disappointed throughout the ordeal. That person would only be one person, and that's Khloe, because we already knew what you was on. Did we not know?
So this is the question, Lo. Is she gonna take him back?
Well, he did give her a lengthy apology on top of that. He said, Khloe, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve the heartache and humiliation I've caused you. You don't deserve the way I treated you for over the years. My actions certainly have not lined up with the way I view you. I have the most utmost respect and love for you, lies. Regardless of what you may think, again, I am incredibly sorry. Eva, she need to leave this damn man alone.
Okay. Did he just say my actions don't line up with how I feel about you?
He's an idiot.
Let me just, ladies and
or is
men,
she?
let me tell you something. Love is an action word. So your actions line up with exactly how you feel about someone.
Period.
That's how they line up. Like,
where's the gun to his head? Was none.
So you can say I love you all day, but if you don't show I love you, then you don't love. It's just what it is. So the words don't matter at this point.
It's really sad at this point because she is getting humiliated left and right. First it was Lamar. Now she has this situation. I just got to say,
this is like deja vu though, because she had this situation a couple years ago, right? Am I tripping?
He said that he was never going to do this again to her. He was never going to embarrass her. It was with Jordan Woods. That was her youngest sister's best friend, right? And they ended up all having a falling out and blaming Jordan Wood and making her seem like she was the devil when all along the devil is in your bed, sis.
But then didn't he have another baby before this one? Or am I tripping?
Not that oh, yes. There was another pregnancy scare, but the paternity did never prove that he was the father. The test came back that he wasn't the father numerous times, but the woman swore that he was. But this time there's proof. He thought he was going to get off with it again, and he did not. He did not.
Oh, Lord. If I was his sister, I would put a chastity belt on him. I mean, isn't he Jamaican?
He is Caribbean. He's a Canadian, some kind of way.
Jamaicans are Canadian too?
Yeah, some of them. So I don't know. Maybe he is. But she knew what she was getting with him the first 15 times. When he cheated with my little sister's friend, that would have been the end of it.
But no, we're not gonna do that to Jordan because he did not cheat with his little sister's friend.
He kissed her.
He kissed her.
That's cheating.
Okay. I just want to make sure she ain't, culpable.
Do you feel like something's up with Khloe? Because I know she used to be the ugly duckling of the family. Now she glowed up a little bit. Do you think it's like low self-esteem or something that keeps her there?
I mean, it's hard, especially when you have a child, but there has to be something. She got to get that Kim K courage. She got to get something in her, like her others, Courtney, that says, I'm over this. I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter how many times someone hurts you and what other people say. Until you get over it, then it's going to still happen. Because I don't think the man's going to change. So either you're going to accept the ways and that's your life, or move on. But you got to let it go, sis.
Have you ever dated a guy and he got someone pregnant on you?
What? We can go ahead and just stop the show now. Hell no.
No, right?
No. I have been cheated on, but I've never had somebody. Well, not that I know of. No.
Well, does this count? Because this happened to me twice. I'm gonna tell you. I was talking to a guy, and I asked him if he had any kids, and he told me no. But he had a girl pregnant, and he had a baby on the way. So it wasn't cheat. He didn't lie because the baby wasn't there. And then another guy, it was a similar situation. Like, he told me he had one son, but while me and him was dating, somewhere along that time, he was having a baby with another girl and never told me. Like,
you didn't ask the right questions.
I didn't know you're supposed to be like, do you have anyone pregnant on the way with a child?
Is there a baby in utero? That's the question.
You shouldn't have to ask that, Eva. If you ask if you have kids, you should count the one that's in the oven.
I agree.
Right? How did it happen to me twice? And the second time, I didn't even find out until the baby was like 3.
I'm not laughing at you.
I'm laughing at me. His friend blew him up because he was like, yeah, the kid's coming. I'm like, the kids? He only has a son. And he looked at me crazy and I looked at him crazy. And I'm like, wait a minute here. What's going on?
It speaks more volumes of a man that won't claim his child than anything. And how you claim one and not the other?
Because it's not here yet. So I guess it does sound kind of crazy if you're trying to date me and you have a baby on the way. It's like, I think I probably wouldn't have dated him.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
No.
This is a mess.
It's a hot mess. Well, you know what else is a mess is the fact that they keep my girl NeNe's name in these papers, and I need them to only speak on her properly. This is a woman that is going through a lot right now. NeNe Leakes, the former epicenter, the starter of all that we know, Atlanta housewives. Her husband, Greg Leakes, passed away in September from cancer. Now, a month after he passed, you already know, there was so many men in her DMs, and she was posted on social media thanking everybody, all the gentlemen that have been in my DMs. Thank you to all of you. I'm just over here doing me right now, but hey, I love reading the messages. They are inspiring to say the least. Thank you. NeNe has recently been getting a lot of flack, though, after being seen around town with a nice-looking older man with a salt and pepper beard. His name, I cannot all the way pronounce. It is an African name. He recently had her birthday was December the 10th. She's a Capricorn.
Okay.
She, recently...
No, December 10th, that's Sagittarius.
December 13th, yes, Sagittarius.
Yeah.
She celebrated her birthday at the Lanithia Lounge, New Year's Eve party at her restaurant with her, who they're calling her new bae in tow. Now, many people have something to say. They talk about it's too soon to be in public. Their husband just passed away. I'm not a fan of the allegations, okay?
All right.
I'm not a fan of the alleged.
She claimed him, didn't she?
She claimed to be out. She's out and about. She's a woman. There are people of opposite sex, men. They are attractive. She owns one of the nicest spots in Duluth. I went not too long ago to Lanithia Lounge. My husband and I just slid through. It's a dope spot to hang out at. It's great. And NeNe is single. So just because she's seen with a man or that she took a picture with a guy or she's laughing or whatever does not mean that she has jumped over into a whole new situation.
Now, hold on, Eva.
What?
I'm going to have to say this now. I don't know if you've seen it, but about a week or so ago, there was a guy that was out there trying to say that he was dating NeNe, and he was a younger guy. He said he's going to tell his story. He had pictures of her sleeping in his bed with his chain on and all kind of things. And after that, she posted the older gentleman to kind of like lay the law that he's actually the guy that looked like she's more friendly with. She never posted the other one.
So he was a plaything.
The plaything she never posted. The salt and pepper man, she posted though. So when you got these speculations and people are saying you're dating this man and then you post them in the midst of that, it does seem like you two are dating. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's too soon for NeNe. Reason being, she made it clear numerous times. I spoke with her on Lip Service even one time when I used to do that podcast, that he and her would, have she was going to work with him through this, but wasn't necessarily in a relationship. To my understanding, her and Greg weren't in a relationship.
Well, she was Greg's wife and Greg was her husband. They married twice. They have a family together. They raising children together and they live this life together. Now he has gone on to glory. NeNe is allowed to do what she wants to do when she wants to do it, period. No matter what was or was not with her husband prior to, because he's no longer here.
Right.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter if they had a very close relationship, partly open or whatever. At this point, who is to say what this woman can and can't do? She's grown. She's made her money. She has her life. She's raised her kids. She took care of her husband. I saw NeNe literally take care of that man to the day he died. Like,
why was it okay for B. Smith, husband, when B. Smith's husband moved the whole wife?
But they had an arrangement.
But I thought I could have sworn, I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I could have sworn that NeNe said so to her and Greg because he was so sick at that point.
I don't know about that.
They kind of knew. Was that not true?
I don't know about that. I mean, whatever her truth is her truth, but I do not know it to be true that there was an open situation. No, that was her husband.
Yikes.
And he was very loyal to him and he to her. And you can't say nothing about NeNe without Greg hopping in, and you can't even say good without NeNe ready to pop.
Of course, because after that many years of being together, you're obviously going to be like that. But if they were in fact together to the day that he died, which I understand she was his wife, but like as far as like in in you know what I mean, a
Yeah.
committed relationship, then I do think a month is too soon. I do.
Well, it hasn't been a month. It's been longer than a month. And I'm sorry, does she not deserve to be able to go and have fun? And she's still dealing with mourning this death. Like, she can go out. What's the problem with that?
I just think because certain people, if it was someone else, like I remember when even people were trying to shoot their shot at Lauren London a year after Nipsey died, they jumped on Lauren London.
No, Kodak Black tried to holler at her a week after he passed away.
But then it was Diddy. You don't remember there was rumors that they were saying that she was messing with Diddy, and people were trying to come for Lauren London so crazy. And it was like a year after, and they were trying to drag her through the mud. So I think they pick and choose who it's okay to do things with. But NeNe, whatever makes her happy. Yep. I think as far as with Kim and Kanye, it's like that was on the brink of destruction for a while. Like when he was talking about
that's a good question though. Like when you're separated, not divorced, but separated, not your spouse has passed on. But if you are in a relationship and then you guys decide to separate, but you're not legally divorced, are you allowed to like go date and stuff like Kim and Kanye?
Ah, man, I feel like, if that's the conversation that y'all have, that right now we are separated, you can't tell someone, I get that you're married under law, and under God's eyes, but if y'all have that conversation where you're like, we're not together, you can't tell somebody what to do when you're not together. That's separated.
No, separated means every dollar I make after the day I said we separated is now my money. That's
true too.
That's why you separate, so that while we go through this divorce, when I finish this film, you don't get half of that check.
But it's my money and it's also my poom poom. So don't tell me who to share it with if you're not my, legally we're separated or whatever the case. So
sometimes separation is required to get a divorce. So in order to actually get your divorce granted, there has to be a legal separation of a certain amount of time.
There we go. So I'm gonna be outside with Pete Davidson and Harley Davidson and whoever else. I'm outside. And I just think some people get a little bit upset about it because it's like Kim has flourished and moved on, and Kanye is struggling with these struggle actresses and model.
Well, he has Donda. Don't you play his music on your show? Oh, those are crickets, you guys.
No, we haven't played a Kanye record on the morning show, and I can't remember how long. I don't think there's no Donda song. So right now, and he's only gold with that album. They didn't even give him top 10 albums this year.
He did so many listening parties.
There was so many listening. I'm not gonna lie though, the one in LA, the Larry Hoover, I actually got the hoodie on today.
Hey,
that was literally my favorite. I had a good time at that one. I'm not gonna lie, but whatever, date who you want, divorce who you want. That's up to them. I guess.
But what you gonna do is leave NeNe Leakes out your mouth. Thank you.
Me?
No, the people, the world.
Oh, I'm about to say.
No, not you. I'm talking about the rest. As we move on to the next topic, I just want to let them know as far as the undressing room is concerned.
Okay.
We rock with NeNe. We're going to let her live her life.
Yeah, I like NeNe.
And we are not here for the allegations of other people because you could only imagine what she's going through.
And I only like the guy when he has his glasses on. So, NeNe, tell him to leave his glasses on. He looks better that way. But let's talk about somebody you are very also cool with, too. And that's Tyra Banks. Now, last month, a former America's Next Top Model contestant spoke out about alleged mistreatment from Miss Tyra Banks and the reality show producers. Now, I love to talk to you about this because I just got to see. I haven't heard you say much bad anything about anything on your time at America's Next Top Model, but somebody from Cycle 9, her name is Sarah Hartshorn. You know her?
Mm-mm.
Well, anyway, she said they were given $38 daily cash as they had to use it to pay for their own food. That was their stipend. She said they didn't even give us a microwave to heat the damn food up. Now, she also said that because Tyra actually mentioned in Forbes that she earned $30 million during a 12-month period as creator and host of America's Next Top Model. So when she seen this article, she's like, hold on, I only got $38. Well, anyway, in May of 2020, Twitter went off about Tyra chastising Cycle 6 winner Danielle Evans, who refused to undergo reconstructive dental work. I remember that. She had the gap and all that.
She's
and
so beautiful.
Yeah, she's so pretty. They wanted to make her more marketable. Now, Tyra has previously apologized and tweeted this. Been seeing the posts about the insensitivity of some past America's Next Top Model moments, and I agree with you. Looking back, those was some really off choices. Appreciate your honest feedback, and I'm sending so much love and virtual hugs. Now, Gen Z is slamming America's Next Top Model on TikTok. Obviously, they didn't grow up watching the show because they're a little bit too young, but they're now rewatching it on Hulu. And one TikToker started a series of videos dubbed Moments on America's Next Top Model that probably destroyed my future mental health, where she features problematic moments like a Caucasian model being asked to wear blackface and portray African one. I do remember that, Eva. That was pretty bad.
That's not good.
They also say the show demonstrated the negative body image that America's Next Top Model promoted on set in front of cameras. Now, why do you think everybody is coming out now sharing their negative experience on the show versus before?
Because haters gonna hate and potatoes gonna potate. And if she ended up with a L'Oreal contract, if she was the face of Givenchy, she would have absolutely no problem with her stipend. Now, let's be clear. America's Next Top Model is a competition-based show. Never once did you go into a competition expecting for someone to pay you every single day. You got what's called per diem. Now, the per diem was what was required by state and by law, and it was scale. Food, as far as that's concerned, they provided all of our meals. They provided
you had a microwave.
We had a microwave. You saw me cooking. I made tacos. I made food.
Did.
Yes, we had a food stipend. But I would like to reiterate that it is a competition show. So the winner of said competition wins 6 figures. The people that do not win do not receive money. And that is just, it's like being an Olympian. You go to the Olympics, you come in 4th. I didn't get my medal and you didn't win either. So that's that. Now, I think a lot of people thought that going on Top Model, like going on American Idol or any of these shows, would make them an instant star. What I appreciate about what Tyra Banks taught me as a mentor, as my manager, is that you have to earn this thing every day. It is not a one-time thing. It is not a one cute photo. It is not a one audition. It is a everyday, all the time situation. And when you get yourself into the mind of doing this and earning it every day, you're not waiting for the accolades. And so those that have failed to figure this business out, those that have failed to figure out how to make their money and monetize their beauty in this business, they're mad at Tyra. Absolutely. Yeah. But for the rest of us that have, you ain't heard Yaya say nothing. Yaya DaCosta is sitting over there being #1 star on a Fox show. She has the longest run on Chicago Med. You see Takara out here. She's hosting her own show with plus size models. Now, the second part about body image. If there's ever been a show where they talked about body image and they tore down the standards that American put on what a woman should look like, is Top Model. Because they let my little black butt at 5'7" be called beautiful. So, with that being said, there are plus size, there are short, there are freckles, there are Winnie Harlow's, there are all these women that Tyra made it a point to show and underline and highlight their beauty, which no other industry would do. So y'all gonna leave Tyra alone too.
But did you ever feel uncomfortable on the show? Because like I want to go back to this blackface, because I do remember that when they
we didn't have blackface, I wouldn't have did that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like if you did have an issue with anything like that, would you have stopped or said something at that time?
Well, see, this is my thing. Tyra has taken accountability for the things that she regrets. And she said it, that was a poor choice. I was wrong. Thank you for calling me out. I apologize. What more do you want the woman to do? I mean, she's a human. She's not Jesus.
Yeah.
She's not without her flaws, but I can tell you, if you line her flaws up next to her triumphs, you can't even see the flaws, because this woman has worked so hard to not only expand her career, but we stand on her shoulders. I stand on her shoulders. Takara's out here standing on her shoulders. So for all of those that couldn't figure out your situation, I don't know what to tell you, but to try to blame it on Tyra is not the way to go, boo.
Do you think it would be a difference if the show came out today?
Oh, yes. I think with the way in which we deal with racial tension and the way in which Black girl magic is so praised, I was the Black girl magic on our show, but there was no such thing as Black girl magic. Now there is. Now, having natural hair, now having a chip in your teeth or freckles on your face and all that stuff. You don't have to cover it up because we are allowed to accept beauty in more than just one box. And I give that to Tyra, for real.
All right. Well, that's that on that. And if anybody knows best, it's you. And we know you're listening to the Undressing Room Podcast presented by Macy's. Check out our personal Macy's shopping page at Macy's.com/the Undressing Room. What's going on, Eva?
Well, girl, we got to talk about this. Now, I know you might know a little bit of something about her. Her name is Larsa Pippen.
Lordsa.
Now, Larsa used to be married to Scottie Pippen. She ain't changed her last name, by the way. You notice that. She didn't go back to Larsa, whoever. She wanted to let them know we are a Pippen. Well, Larsa, who's the ex-wife of Scottie, and the star of the Real Housewives of Miami, opened up on a recent episode of the show. Now, at the time, she was dating him. She was 25 years old. And there was a basketball player by the name of Malik Beasley. And
he was 3 years old.
He was sentenced to 120 days in jail for a gun charge. Now, after he pled guilty to one count of felony threat of violence for pointing a gun at a family member outside of his home, her ex-husband, Scottie, who is 56-year-old, a very grown man, sent her a text message and said, go ahead, keep talking to the losers. So they ended up splitting up in April of last year. And after the drama with Malik's wife, Montana, Miss Larsa and Montana, they then started to exchange words on social media. So, do you think that Larsa's questionable dating choices, especially 25 years older than a guy, do you think that it was appropriate for Scottie to even say anything, or should he let her just go off into the world and be crazy?
I think it's appropriate for him to say something because they have kids together, and her kids are knocking on 20 right now. Like, I think one of her sons is 20 years old.
She has a 20-year-old?
She has a 20-year-old son, if I'm not mistaken. They have a son together. Yeah, they have this son together. And my issue is the son was already embarrassed. They got him into it. It's like you're dating your son's friends. So once it comes into account for that, and then my son plays basketball too, yes, I have an issue with that. Like, I think if I was Scottie Pippen, I would definitely say something, especially when you still walk around with my last name, which I understand because some people do like to keep the same last name as their kids so that it's no confusion. But we know why you got Pippen on the end of your name because it's Scottie Pippen. He's a legend. We all know Scottie Pippen. So if you're going to be walking around doing this trifling stuff, give my last name back and go do what you want to do as Larsa, whatever your last name going to be. But otherwise, yes, when we have kids together, I do have a say in who you date to an extent.
Yeah.
Especially when it's somebody walking around with guns, pulling guns out on, and he plays basketball like me and my son.
I don't think it's about who you date. I think it's about how you date, right?
Okay.
So, did you see that new, it's like a limited series with Wesley Snipes and Kevin Hart?
I didn't finish it, but yeah.
It's a really good miniseries, right? And so the miniseries, and Lauren London plays his ex, and they have a child together. And Lauren London has a new man, and he said some not so great words in front of their child. And so Kevin's going off, and don't you let no man say da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, yo, chill. I'm a good mom. He was out of pocket, and I'm going to get this in control. Don't worry about it. So that is a proper, to me, co-parenting while we're both dating other people and we both have other lives, but we're famous and the world knows who we are because he played a star on the show. Being appropriate when it comes to the public eye. Now, do whatever you want to do. Date whoever. Get your groove back. That's fine. But when you're now bringing that to the media and you're on TMZ and you're making statements and you're now topics on the Undressing Room Podcast.
Come on now. Man. Oh, let's not talk about the first questionable thing she did.
What she do, girl?
When she cheated on Scottie with Future and was running around with Future, who played the hell out of her.
Teach me something. She cheated on Scottie Pippen with Future?
Yeah, she was messing around with Future. Future played the hell out of her. It was all over everything.
And then he went 20-year-old.
This is what I'm saying. She is 47.
Okay, sis, you too old for this.
This is what I'm saying. You dating a man 22 years younger than you? Like who? Like, Come on, grow up.
And it's okay to date a man that's 22 years younger than you. I'm not saying that there's a problem with that. Just
Not,
it's about
but if your son is 1 year young, let me see how old this son is.
exactly. Keep it cute or put it on mute. That's what I would say.
I really want to see how old the son is. Scottie Pippen's son. And it's more than one, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just, it's one of those situations.
And his name's Scottie Pippen Jr. to make it worse.
Oh, not SPJ. Now, if your mama is
He's
dating
21. I'm sorry. 21, Eva.
And her man 25?
Come on.
Yeah.
It's giving Chester.
Yeah, it's given we can both be in college together. He's in grad school and I'm finishing up undergrad. Like, that's weird.
It's given stay 1,000 feet away from your son's school.
Oh my
10,000.
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is though? When it comes to a woman doing this, we have all these issues, right? But if a man did the same thing and has a 22-year-old daughter and a 27-year-old girlfriend and a 59-year-old ex-wife, nobody has an issue.
We talk about Diddy all the time. We talk about Diddy all the time. Stealing his son's girlfriends and stuff like that. They trifling for all this. I would feel uncomfortable as a parent that play of a child that plays with Scottie Pippen Jr. with Larsa Pippen creeping around my child.
Absolutely.
I would be a little.
It can work out with my husband and I, and our kids are now 20 years old, and he dates a 22-year-old. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're gonna have a problem when you make it personal. Yeah, but men do it all the time. But when women do it, now there's an issue.
Well,
I want to talk to you about something that just happened recently, Lore'l. And I think you would be the person they would kick out.
Uh-oh.
Only because you fine as hell. And everybody ain't as fine as you. And everybody ain't dressed like you. So if I seen you come up in there, I would be fine with it. But I could understand somebody insecure. Now, there is a German model. Her name is Elena. And she was getting ready to be in her very close friend's wedding, right? Mm-hmm. It was in early December. But then out of nowhere, she got a message that she was abruptly uninvited to the wedding. Now, after sending a video of herself in the bridesmaid's dress to the bride. So she tried the dress on and she's like, ooh, and then took the picture over to her friend, was like, look, girl, I look good. Well, her TikTok caption said, my close friend uninvited me to her wedding because she thought I looked too good in the dress that she chose for me. Now, it still took some fire pics though. Now, her friend felt that she would be upstage. Elena says she called me and told me about her insecurities with my dress, that it was too attention grabbing is the word she used. And she was very angry about the whole situation, ended up uninviting me after the phone call. We got into a fight because it made absolutely no sense to me since she's the one that chose the dress herself. Elena spent $1,300 on her bridesmaid's dress only to be uninvited for being fine as hell.
Hell no. She would have been giving me back my money and my years of friendship. I do want to say, Eva, you're not supposed to upstage the bride, but like you can't be a hater friend. You got to look better at your damn wedding. And if that's the case, I will say this as well. I did see you in your bridesmaid dress at Cynthia Bailey's wedding. And if I was Cynthia, I would have uninvited your ass too.
No, Cynthia, first of all, Cynthia, I call her mother because she is the model of all models. I remember her spread with all the models on the cover of Essence magazine. Cynthia Bailey has always been one of the most gorgeous women in my eyes. So when she chose her bridesmaids, she knew who she was choosing. She chose me. She chose Candy. And she asked us to wear white. And she told us to wear any white gown we wanted to. You let Kenya Moore, fine ass, choose any gown she wanted to. She knew her bridesmaid were going to look gorgeous.
That's a secure woman right there. Let's clap it up for her.
There was no confusion. No matter how beautiful you thought any of us looked, baby, when Cynthia Bailey got down that aisle, you knew who was chosen on that day. And
but so it wasn't like that for this friend. You get what I'm saying?
She's whack though, because at the end of the day, you're still the one getting married. Like if I was getting married now again and I was picking my bridesmaids, I picked out my bridesmaids' dresses. They were banging. They looked amazing. I wanted my bridesmaids to feel gorgeous.
Beautiful, right.
Beautiful, not like, oh, you just a shoulder friend. Because I don't like ugly friends. I don't want friends that look crazy. I want my girls all to be on point. Hair done, nails done, skin popping, everything. Whatever accentuates your best parts, that's what we gonna do, sis. So I'm not like the bride because I want cute pictures.
I do feel like people get ugly bridesmaid dresses for their friends and things of that nature just to make sure that they stick out and stand out.
But
I did
why?
see the picture, but the picture of this woman is really pretty. She's beautiful.
But she was already pretty though, right?
She was already pretty, but the dress had the pow, pow, pow. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like the chang, chang, chang. Like, she was
but
doing
you know what? Okay, so she must not have brothers because what you do is now you helping out your husband, your soon-to-be husband, and all his single friends.
Yeah.
You got your fine homegirl over here giving the cacao towel, right? Loud. And then you got your single homeboys over here, like, oh, okay, and now they can mingle. Like, get your friends, give them my friends, and we can be friends.
And we can be friends. I do. The woman is a hater. The bride is a hater. But this woman, she had to know she was gonna come with it. She's a model already.
It's always one. It's always one. I remember I was in Neo and Crystal's wedding. I remember it was a girl with a white dress on at the wedding. You couldn't even upstage Crystal if you wanted to, and she was pregnant. It didn't matter. She was the bride. She killed everybody in the wedding. She looked amazing. Even the girl with the short lace white dress on the dance floor, she murked her too. You cannot upstage the bride no matter what.
But even, okay, if the bride says you can wear white, that's fine. But don't do that.
But don't wear white. Don't
wear white to somebody else's wedding, you disrespectful little hussy.
She did. And her dress was
little thin. Remember? Oh my God! You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Soul food. Remember when it?
That's exactly what it was, Lo. Like, it was to the point where I remember looking. I was like, baby, if she fart, I could see it. Like, that dress was that thin, that short. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
Well, something else that's a mess is these DMs, because each and every week I be trying to dodge some of these things that these people are saying to me. And this week, my niece actually posted a picture of me and her. I was going to the prom and she was a little baby and she was like holding my hands. It was so cute. So I reposted the picture thinking like, oh, let me show people. I went to someone's prom. That wasn't my prom, but I was at a prom,
a throwback.
Don't you know that somebody gonna comment and say this or DM me and say this? I would have taken you to your prom now. Damn, you look good.
That's a compliment, Lo.
Eva, I was 16.
But you most likely was stacked up like a 22-year-old.
Yeah, but ain't that a little creepy? Ain't you like?
But I mean, come on. He's talking about the prom.
I was 16. I would never look at a picture of somebody as a child. Say it was a guy that I dated when he was 10 years old. I could be like, yo, when you was 10, you could have got it. Like, what?
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Super creepy. Well, this is why I don't like to respond.
But I know that we have a lot more in these DMs because it's a new year. You have some resolutions. You talked about our boobies. So what else?
I do. My boobies are gone, FYI.
Let me see.
I'm still healing, but like, look, they're gone.
They there. This is called gone.
I wear a C now, so.
So do I. How you wear a C and I wear a C?
I wear a C. I got a hoodie on, and then I have my garment on, so maybe that's why you see a lot going on. But I'm
so
still
excited. So, what did any of the men say about your new beard?
Oh my God, it was so many people were like, "I need a side view." Oh my God, you really did it. It was all kind of comments, but it's so funny. We were talking about younger guys, right? Because a younger guy actually slid into my DM. It's like ironic that even happened. So that first he started off, he said, "Oh my God, it's the smile for me." I should have known.
Okay.
When you say that, you know he young. Just from there.
I know, that's cute. That's cute. Keep going.
So then he goes, "Do you date younger guys? I'm 22 years old. I have a good job, and I know I can spoil you. Can I please take you to dinner sometime?" 22 after I just talked all that about Larsa.
Okay, but you don't have a 21-year-old son.
I'm also not 47.
Exactly. No. Is there more to this message? Because I like him.
I don't. 22
is he cute? Does he have nice teeth?
I don't know. It's a private page and it's a small picture.
Maybe he's a professional.
Or maybe he's another creep trying to trick me into being with a younger person. I don't like younger.
No, I'm going to make a resolution for you. Because we're only in the first week of the year. You have to be more optimistic. You have to be more open-minded. Not so like
be optimistic.
You do, sis. You have to be optimistic. Don't assume the negative first, because there's something about that energy that ends up manifesting. Assume the positive. He said he called you beautiful. It's the smile. Now you got every asset there is. You have beautiful everything, and he noticed how pretty your smile is. That's a great thing. He also knows that he might be out of your league, but still asks you like a gentleman, may I please take you to dinner? Come on, sis.
Eva, I think it's just because I got 22-year-old boobies now, and now he just 2022 boobies, and now he just wants to get into that. I'm not.
How it feel? Just let them just stand by themselves.
Oh my God, I feel so much better. Everything feels. I feel like I've killed a person off of me. I feel so much lighter. I'm so
happy for you.
Yes.
Let's speak to all the big booby women out there that are reluctant about getting a reduction. What do you say, Lo?
I say do it. You're gonna be sore. It's gonna be a little painful. I'm still dealing with some of the aftermath of surgery, but I will say that I'm happy right now. I feel good. It's something I wanted to do for such a long time. And listen, it's nothing wrong with having big old bitties, but I just was over it. My back was hurting.
But the reality is you still do got tickle bitties.
I mean, they're still a decent size. They're not I'm not flat chested completely, but I feel like, when they say a woman is changing her life when she cuts her hair or whatever.
Yes.
I feel like that about I feel like a totally different person. I promise you.
I am so happy for you. I've known for at least a year you talked to me about wanting to get a reduction.
Yes.
I've always thought that you're beautiful head to toe, but I am all here for women's lib, and whatever it is that makes you happy and makes you more comfortable in you, do that. Now, I have a question.
Okay.
It's just a simple question. It's our final question to Undress. And I just want to know, do you still follow any of your exes on social media? Like when it comes to etiquette and social media, it's one of those things that it's ever evolving, right? But there are no real rules to it. Like you have rules to like when you want to apply for a job. These are the things you need to do. Or when you want to like board an airplane, these are the rules and things you need to do. Now, when it comes to social media, what are the rules to engagement once you're no longer with someone? Do you still follow them? Do you block them? Do you mute them? What is the situation? Like, are you still allowed? Is it even healthy to follow your ex?
With me, I feel like if it was a bad breakup, I blocked you before we broke up, or that was how you I'm a blocker. So if we're dating, if we're dating and you make me mad, I'll block you on everything. Like I'm one of those people. It's a little childish.
You're extreme.
Yeah. It's a little childish, but it's very, that's me, an extremist. I like that because it's like, just leave me alone, period. But there are guys that I've dated before that I'm still, that we still follow each other on social media.
Do you comment on their pages? That's the question.
If we ended off on a good term, yeah, but I do feel like that's easy access. They can always come back, and it's happened before.
Okay, let me give you a better, different situation.
Okay.
If you were dating someone like currently in a new relationship, right, and y'all are good, but then are you still allowed to follow your ex on social media and then still comment on their stuff, even though you're in a whole nother relationship?
Well, I'm not gonna unfollow them because of another man, because if I was going to unfollow them, I would have done it already. If we're going to remain friends, we're going to remain friends. I think commenting, if I'm commenting on if they're posting their child and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But if it's like a shirt off picture and I'm putting the drooling face,
I see you.
No, that's inappropriate. It's certain level. It's certain level. What about you? Do you follow any exes?
I don't. I don't. Actually I do. I have one guy that I used to date that I still follow, but I might see a post from him every couple of years. He comments on
every couple of years.
He comments on my posts with my children, and he sees my cute little kid. He got like a million kids.
Fine. Yeah.
When the kids, but besides from that, it's keep it real cute, like no confusion, none of that stuff. Now, when it comes to my husband, I'm not sure if he follows any of his exes or not. I'm not a social media stalker, so there could be a whole relationship and I would be
That's not funny, Eva.
No, I would be completely oblivious because whatever's going to happen is going to come out at some point anyway. So I just keep it real transparent. I mean, I got 5 million followers on Instagram. You can't really do nothing.
Right. Oh, man, God shows me everything. Like, it'll be like the one time he decides to put heart eyes underneath an ex's picture,
Exactly.
I'm going to see it.
Exactly.
So, and it's like you said, not an Instagram stalker, but it's like, I feel like when God wants you to see something, I don't care if you got 1 billion followers, you're going to see that one message pop up.
You
right?
are.
But I feel like it's a certain level of respect that you should have in your relationship, and you know what that is. Now, if you can remain friends with an ex, I think that speaks a lot, because if you fall out with every single ex
remain friends and still follow are different things.
Why? If we're friends, I can follow you.
Nah, so my ex, we ain't friends. Like, we don't, like, I don't, like, Merry Christmas, and like, we don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that. There was just no bad blood.
Okay, well, that's the same to me. So, you know what I mean? Friends, but that's...
So you not coming over to Sunday dinner. No, we don't kick it. We not sit next to each other at no game. It's not that kind of party, but there's also like no bad blood. So there's no reason to like block you or do that kind of stuff, but there's also no friendship. Exes
always try to get back. So you should definitely try to stay away from that. Yeah. In my situations, I've had exes. All my exes damn near try to get back at some point in time.
I bet they did. They want that all day back.
Matter of fact, let me block some of these N-words right now that I think about it.
Listen, now, I don't know about y'all, but it feels so good to be back. It's a new year. 2022. Now, that was our final question. And if you would like for us to undress your question, do me a favor. Just go ahead, follow us on Instagram. We are at the Undressing Room Podcast. Slide into the DM, give us your question, and boom, you'll be featured. It's that easy, Larsa.
That's it. And you're listening to the Undressing Room Podcast, brought to you by Macy's. Now log on to the undressingroompod.com for episodes and links to our Macy's personal shopping page. And make sure you go look at all our older episodes.
Yes.
Like, review, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Tell your friends and make sure they're hip to the Undressing Room Podcast.
Thank you so much for coming back and getting undressed with us.
Yes.
Now put your clothes back on just in case your man come in the room.
Oh, well, put it on.
The Undressing Room Podcast, presented by Macy's, is an Urban One Reach Media production, hosted by the one, the only Eva and Lore'l.
Executive produced by Kobe Tyner. Associated producer Alexis Felder. Editing and production by Dunkus. Sales and Corporate Partnership, Josh Ramani, Michelle Marino, and Kadisha Campbell. Research, Lori Hall Flowers. Digital Marketing, Sam Stiers, J.R. Davis, and Tim Hall. Digital Creative, Alvin Francis. Content provided by MadameNoir.com, Bossum.com, and HipHopWire.com. Stay connected at the UndressingRoomPod.com. See you at the next episode.